Yo, what is good with y'all young boys and girls? We are back with another video on the More Sane channel. Today, I got a very special reaction for you guys. Today, we are reacting to explaining why Fist of the North Star in 2026 is disappointing. It's crazy because we're not even in 2026 yet, but I'm going to hear what this guy has to say, and we're going to see why he thinks the franchise is disappointing. Let's check it out.
お前はもう死んでい
We're
る。
already dead.
お前はもう死んでいる。
I'm just so excited to see
Hello,
Fist
if
of
you're
the North
seeing this in
Star in
2026, this video
current
started is about
animation.
the initial backlash of the series trailer. It's not a review of the actual
Oh,
anime.
wow. The trailer received a lot of backlash. Is it how it looks? Because I did say I didn't really like how the CGI looks in the trailer.
This is being made in 2025 for archival reasons. I'm just making that clear for the near future. The footage you've been looking at thus far is not the reboot people are mad about.
Like,
This
if the
is
reboot looked like this, animation wise, woo, I guarantee you that trailer would have had no backlash. But the way the Fist of the North Star had looked in that trailer, it kind of looked like a Berserk. Y'all know, like later on Berserk, they had like I don't know if they had reboots or like spin-offs, but I seen like one Berserk anime that looked, it just looked crazy. It looked chunky and just weird. I could tell it was a bunch of CGI. It looked terrible, bro.
reboot that was made in 2006 to 2008 called Fist of the North Star Legend of the True Savior. It's a cinematic adaptation of the manga, as it consists of
Oh, like
5
in movies?
features, were theatrical releases, while the other 2 were direct-to-DVD OVAs. This also predated the Berserk Golden Age trilogy, but most people don't even know about this version of Fist of the North Star.
Yo, I might have
And
to
that's
watch that.
because
This
the True
animation
Savior
looks
only
sick.
got licensed in North America in 2023, with a new Blu-ray release and an English dub.
Y'all, should I check out these Fist of the North Star OVAs? Ooh, is that Souther? And my guy Shen. Oh, I might have to watch this. This animation looks sick.
This time I'll use them to claw out every last
Is that Shurin? The firebender?
guts. I'm not guts, I'm Kenshiro.
These 5 features were released by Discotek Media in 4 sets. Yep, all 5 of them. That's because that one contains 2 OVAs. Despite being a positive rendition of the series, it sadly has a very odd story structure, as it features characters that are not in the manga, created storylines that are
New
not
characters?
from the manga, shorten or remove things that were from the manga, and they
So, to my Fist of the North Star fans that are watching this video, do you guys consider these OVAs as canon since they took characters that are not in the manga and just dropped them into the OVAs? And some of the characters that are in the manga that are in the anime, they took them out. Do you guys consider these as canon, these OVA movies, or you could say episodes?
also started the story at the middle of the manga. Despite being a visual upgrade of the 1984 Fist of the North Star, Legend of the True Savior is far from a perfect reboot or a good starting point, but it still remains as the best visual representation of the series, and that's because the 2026 reboot is a CGI anime. And so it begins.
They giving
The
y'all the
hardcore
Berserk treatment.
fans, myself included, were aware of this anime since September 12, 2023, on the series' 40th anniversary. Since then, it was a year of silence. No updates were given in 2024, but sometimes this happens with certain anime adaptations. Then, in 2025, we were promised big news, including a countdown, only for it to be a key visual. And then telling us there will be more news later at the Anime Expo, including a teaser and a voice cast reveal. And that's all we got. And then on July 5th, we saw the teaser, and the feedback was.
He would use that scene.
What are you trying to do? Tickle me to death? I really thought we were about to have like a new era, bro. Like, we're about to have like a new era for the series. Like,
Voilà, on passe de ça, qui a l'air vachement bœuf, cool, incroyable, à ça, quoi.
Somebody
Oh,
translate what he's
l'animation de
saying.
merde, on est sur PlayStation 3 ou quoi? C'est...
Somebody translate what he's saying.
Jump on board. A lot of people are going to realize the greatness, and then they just had to do this.
I could see the disappointment in this reactor's face. You can't fool me. You can pretend like you having a good old time, but that little hand on your cheek, that little deep sigh of breath, like that's when you realize you thought the animation was gonna look something different, but then they bamboozled us, catfished us, and gave us this iteration of animation, bro. This shit looks trash, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just say it right now. I told you the CGI I'm not a fan of. I wanted regular 2D animation, not this 3D CGI bullshit that they're trying to promote onto the anime scene, bro. And they need to get rid of it. But you could tell this guy's not he's not as hype as he was now that he sees the animation. He don't even got to open his mouth and say, I'm excited for it, bro. We see it in your face. In 4K, bro. You can't hide it.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one. Hopefully it'll work.
Oh wow, even Penguin
Everyone is
talked about it.
experiencing the same emotions of disappointment and coping because we believe this manga deserved better. It's not just its pedigree of being one of the early foundations of Battle Shonen or being the de facto manly manga. The problem with Fist of the North Star is it doesn't really have a good present standing. It's almost in the same spot as He-Man because its contemporaries are more recognizable than it, and whatever new content we get doesn't really represent the series.
Whoa,
For
what
the
kind of
longest time,
Fist of
we
the
had
North
this
Star is
fear that
this?
Kenshiro would fall in the same category as Space
This
Ghost.
has that had to be like a gag Fist of the North Star anime series. Like, is that Kenshiro wearing the school clothes uniform that they always wear in Japan, Tokyo? They all whenever you see somebody wear this, you already know they're going to school, bro. That's their uniform over there.
The longest time, I
And
had
then you
this
got
fear
Rao and
that
Toki
Kenshiro would
snooping
fall in
from
the
the
same
back.
category as Space Ghost Coast to Coast or Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, because all of we've been getting are parodies. The entire 2010s is filled with spin-offs, minus the Lost Paradise game. There is no modern Fist of the North Star that really
Bro, this animation spin-off of Fist of the North Star right here,
encapsulates
this looked like the downgrade that Teen Titans got when they went from Teen Titans to Teen Titans Go. And I know there's some people that are fans of Teen Titan Go, but I grew up on the original Teen Titans that came on Cartoon Network. Like I think it was around 2003. I grew up with that one. I don't really care about the Teen Titan Ghost one. Bring me back Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans that we saw on Cartoon Network in the early 2000s. That's the Teen Titans I grew up with.
what the core series is about. The upcoming 2026 anime has good intentions, and they specifically address dissatisfaction with Toei Animation's adaptation. Reasons include detracting from the main storyline via filler and adding more comedic scenes. There was also a lot of censorship with its usage of white or black blood. Eventually, we would get the red blood, but there are still many scenes that were never animated. More so without having the story's flow being affected. Most of these filler scenes have become
Oh, I remember that
iconic, but
episode.
once again,
Kid
it
was
doesn't
hiding in the
convey what the
bush.
series is really about. It just comes off as an episodic bad guy of the week with occasional jokes. The subject matter is filled with tragedy, suffering, romance, manly friendship, manly tears. The series is often compared to a modern Greek tragedy, especially how characters' paths keep intersecting each other. There's a lot of recurring themes of man versus destiny or man versus society, while exploring
Yeah.
masculinity through positive and toxic means. Accompanying these things are its detailed visuals with a mix of wuxia, motocrossing, Mad Max, Bruce Lee, Frank Frazetta, Star
Yeah, I
Wars, and a
definitely see
couple of
Bruce
other
Lee
things. This of the
in
North
this
Star is
movie.
very influential to many mangas such as Berserk, Vinland Saga, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Riki-Oh, Toriko, Kongo Bancho, and it's a favorite of many mangaka including Rumiko Takahashi, Gosho Aoyama. Yoshihiro Togashi, Tsukasa Hojo, and multiple others has
That
seen
look
with
like
this
City
40th
Hunter.
anniversary
That
exhibition.
last one looked like a City Hunter
Tsukasa Hojo
from the
and
left.
multiple others has seen with this 40th anniversary exhibition. We even got a Shikishi from Akira Toriyama before he passed away. Oh. Surprisingly, the 2026
Wait, what did
anime
Akira
he
Toriyama
passed
say
away.
about Fist of the
Oh.
North Star? Akira Toriyama's comment. Such a catchy and bold story with detail and powerful art. For those of us in Shonen Jump back then, the manga was a dependable companion and our biggest rival. No matter how many times you read it, the sheer scale and the weight of the characters are overwhelming. It's very interesting to hear Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, say this about Fist of the North Star. He was a fan.
Surprisingly, the 2026 anime promises an adaptation that will follow the manga closely, meaning it'll be very fast as it goes through story arcs. Anime teasers tend to only show the first 3 episodes,
Look at that
and the
scene.
footage clearly shows the entirety of the Shin arc,
Oh my
including the
gosh, look at
final
these
fight. But
screenshots.
the most notable element thus far is the gore.
Ooh, yeah, the
In
gore is gonna be crazy.
1986, Fist of the North Star made a movie adaptation of episodes 1 through 50, and this version was notable for its excessive violence. It was so gory that it had to be censored with a filter, and the uncut version is currently lost media, unless the Italians got a new version of it in 2024. Fist of the North Star is extremely popular in Italy and France, by the way. What I'm getting at here is I don't want the praise to be solely on
Dang.
the gore. When Fist of the North
See, I
Star
like
is a lot
this.
more than
The gore like that. I like this. I don't know why they gotta censor everything, bro. I like seeing shit like this, bro. And I know some of you guys gonna be like, "Sane, you all right? You good? How can you like seeing this type of gore? Because it adds to the scene of the anime. Like if somebody's dying, it makes the severity more serious. Like you could take it more seriously, especially the death. When you know people are dying like that, you're into the battle because you're gonna be like, okay, how is this gonna play out? How is this person gonna die? Is their head gonna explode? Is their leg gonna explode?
just poking people and
Look at
making
that.
them
Look how he
explode
just
into
kills this dude
chunks.
just by fucking
What should have
crushing
been
his
a
head
famous
with
work
his
of
bare
art has now
hands.
become an infamous, tolerable adaptation as we fish for any redeemable factors. And that's exactly what we're already doing. The teaser has provided us with snippets of what appears to be actual 2D animation, such as Shin walking in the nude, Kenshiro tearing his shirt off, and Z dying. Look at his intestines fly. Is that his heart? But the rest of the teaser is a mixed bag. I think the imagery speaks for itself. Some of it looks really good, while other clips look stiff. I think having a POV from the inside of the car and have the windshield break is a good shot. See, we're doing it already. We're looking for anything good. The music and new voice sound promising at the very least. Again, reiterating, but these are all premature complaints and observations. The anime might be better than we currently think.
Yeah,
That's
and
also a
also
problem.
this guy should also remember, like, it's not done yet. The anime is not done yet, so they could still do a couple touch ups to the anime to make it look more cleaner, more fluid. So that's why I didn't really give too much critique in my reaction of the trailer because if it was 2026 and we was like 1 month away and this is what they dropped and gave us, then I'll be complaining like, yo, this is not it. But it's not even 2026 yet. They still have plenty of time to just change it up. And especially after hearing the feedback from the fans, they have plenty of opportunity to clean it up. So I'm still gonna give the people that are creating this Fist of the North Star show, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt until it actually comes out. Now, if I watch episode 1 and the animation is trash, y'all not gonna see me hold my tongue. I'm gonna tell you guys straight up that that shit was trash, and I'm not gonna continue to watch it. Well, I'm gonna continue to watch it, but I'm just gonna tell you right now, every episode reaction, this animation is trash. Like for real.
Because if it was completely 2D, I wouldn't be making this video with a negative tone. No one would be upset or angry, but here we are. Instead, we now have to play Spot the 2D, salvage the good stuff, or settle for consolation prizes of, hey, it's not that bad. It's also upsetting as every other reboot or revival has been in 2D. Whether the series is recognizable or not, everyone is doing a better first impression than Fist of the North Star.
Hmm.
Hell Teaser Nube just came out in 2D. The Rose of Versailles movie arrived. It has some CGI in it, but it's mainly 2D. There's also a musical, which I didn't expect. Kinnikuman Perfect Origin Arc is eventually coming back, and it's the
Oh wow,
manliest
Kaneko
anime.
Man is coming back. Look at their bro. This shit looks clean. And I remember reacting to Kaneko Man, like just basically what it was. And I was reacting to just the old versions of it, like the 1980s, the 1990s version of it. And if they're coming back with this great animation, it's cruel how they're doing Fist of the North Star, bro. Because I haven't even watched Kinnikuman Man. I just watched a video about Kinnikuman Man.
That no one saw. Baki is also doing well.
Yeah,
It's
Baki
coming
has good
back
animation.
probably in 2026 for the 35th anniversary. Lupin the Third went strong. Dragon Ball Daima was given the care it deserved.
Yeah, Dragon Ball
Rurouni
Daima.
Kenshin, despite its controversies, is a decent reboot, although it does have some slow filler at the end of season 2. I don't know why it's there. Berserk is only a manga right now. Cobra, that's right, Space Adventure Cobra, aka Cobra the Space Pirate, is coming back. It even has a game. City Hunter got 2 new movies. It might even get a third one. Meanwhile,
Whoa, City Hunter got a movie? Cause I gotta finish the anime, but if they got movies, the animation looking clean on the City Hunter, bro.
Fist of the North Star is the
This
excitement is dead for the majority. Since I originally recorded this segment, I ended up having more thoughts and calmed down a little. So this current section is a second recording. Over the past few days, there's been more positive reaction videos of people wanting to see Fist of the North Star. They do range from people familiar with the name or others not so much, but they're interested regardless of the art style. And that's good. It's just not my preference, and I can't lie on how I feel. I actually just
respect.
watched Trigun Stampede done by Studio Orange, and I don't think this 2026 North Star will do anything that good. I don't know why Japan wants to gamble with CGI for this particular series. Actually, we still don't know who the studio is. Warner Brothers
They don't
Japan
know
does
the
not narrow.
studio. Yeah, I could have sworn I thought Warner Brothers was the studio that was animating the remake of Fist of the North Star because it said Warner's Bros. Japan, I think, when we saw it in the trailer. Is that not a studio? Unless my whole life has been a lie. Warner's Brothers is not a studio.
Studio is. Warner Brothers Japan does not narrow things down at all for a studio name. They produce a lot of anime, each with different animation studios attached to them. But whoever's in charge is apparently extremely confident of these visuals. Or do these people think that Fist of the North Star is so recognizable that it'll succeed no matter what? Well, I'm not so confident for North America and Canada, because we're incredibly behind other countries when it comes to anime and manga. Fist of the North Star is currently only recognizable because of 2 memes and this latest trailer.
You already
And
dead.
there's also the niche fanbase. JoJo got popular around 2015 while everyone else already had the manga on their shelves. We barely got the original Devilman 1972 in 2018 solely because of Devilman Crybaby. Since then, Seven Seas has not released any other Go Nagai manga. In fact, nobody has. But this year, we are getting some surprise manga licenses via Cat's Eye, City Hunter, and Baki the Grappler. And it doesn't stop there. Fist of the North Star is successfully completing its English publication for the first time ever. And this is after 2 or 3 failed attempts of releasing it in the West. Kochikame is barely airing in the USA, which for some people is actually their childhood anime. That's how behind we are. I think it's quite the gamble to release a new Fist of the North Star with questionable CGI. Look, I know I joke with Berserk
See,
2016 because
I'm telling you, that's the show I think I saw, the Berserk 2016. I seen clips of it. The animation just looks it just looks so sad.
the timing was way too coincidental. Objectively, no, it doesn't look that bad, but it doesn't look that good either. I really wish we didn't need to say any of those things. For the best success possible, it should have been in 2D, even if it took a little
Look at
longer to
how
release.
amazing that
Again, I
animation
wouldn't be
looks
playing
in
Salvager,
2D.
rummaging through rough CGI just so I can get a few seconds of good-looking 2D animation, or anything resembling Osamu Dezaki's Postcard Memories. The moment I saw Bat, it completely sapped away my excitement. More so when I look at the other manly anime and they're all in 2D. That's art. I just don't think this will hold up when compared to anything else that's already in 2D. If the CGI was so revolutionary, then we would all be unanimously amazed. But we're not. We're wishing for refinements and modifications or a different art style altogether. The competition aren't experimenting with 3D as their selling points. I understand the necessity of 3D, but I don't understand the logic of having it take priority. Why
Right.
not just save
Me
the
either.
3D for the buildings, the
Yeah.
backgrounds, the vehicles,
Yeah.
and everything else be in 2D?
Right. I agree with that.
Yo! Like in 2020,
Nah, that 100
that's
fist
exactly
that
what happened
Kenshiro
in
was
New
giving
Fist of
that
the
guy
North
looks
Star.
amazing in 2D.
Yes, animated muscles is
The one
difficult
that
and
is that I saw on the
time-consuming, but
trailer,
the end
that shit
result in
looked
2D
like
will always
I
be
ain't
more
gonna lie,
pleasing
bro.
and
It did
stimulating
not look as
than
fluid as this. Look
emulation
at
of
this.
2D. The CGI is already lacking the necessary fluidity of, right now there's already limitations with what this CGI studio can do. It already hit a wall. The
Really?
CGI 100 Fist Rush or 100 Crack Fist is already not doing well when compared to the 2D iterations of this attack.
Yo. Nah, that 100 fist that Kenshiro was giving that guy looks amazing in 2D. The one that is that I saw in the trailer, that shit looked like I ain't gonna lie, bro. It did not look as fluid as this. Look at this.
The CGI is already lacking the necessary fluidity of, well, fluids. The CGI
Exactly.
studio cannot replicate a 3D body exploding, a flowing cape, or even a shirt getting ripped off. It has to switch for 2D to achieve that. Isn't that already a glaring flaw of this 3D format? How often will these switches be occurring? Will there be facial expressions that you can't do? Again, 3 episodes of Trigun Stampede, and I'm just blown away with what they can do. When compared to other 3D animation studios, they've done better work than what we've seen from this anime trailer. We've seen good
Infinity
stuff with
Force?
Trigun Stampede as a 12-episode series, but even shorter material such as Sonic X Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings left a good
Yo,
impression
this
on me.
animation is
But note this
crazy.
ending.
Shadow
I
going
have a hard
crazy.
time picturing Fist of the North Star 2026 being artful with what we're shown. There's just so many uncertainties, and the information updates continue to remain minuscule. We're given crumbs every time we want to know more. Who's the studio? Who's the director? The character designer? Or who's making the music? How many episodes will there be available? When exactly would it air in 2026? By then, it may even be 3 years since this anime was announced. What I don't want is to receive 24 episodes of mediocre animation, and that's all that was made within 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, and I feel like with the 3D, we're going to get that. We're going to get like 20 episodes, and they're going to be like, all right, that's a wrap. I don't feel like we're going to get 100 plus episodes, not even 50 episodes. Like, because that 3D animation, I feel like is kind of, I feel like you got to put more work into a 3D, but I don't really, I'm not an artist, so I don't know, but I feel like for some reason, I feel like 3D takes a lot more work than 2D.
And the CGI wasn't worth the investment, and possibly more could have been done if it was in 2D to begin with. Fist of the North Star is made of really short arcs, so it should be very feasible to make a 2D anime season even if it is like fewer episodes than normal, or if it takes longer to come out, such as like 2 to 3 years
This man
apart.
eating a Big Mac?
I don't know how this series managed to do it, but Kingdom seems to have swapped completely into 2D after originally having 38 episodes of mixed 2D and 3D animation. Can Fist of the North Star do the same? Or was this something that Tetsuo Hara and Boronson always wanted? Their quotes on the Fist of the North Star website remain the same since the anime was first announced, and Boronson mentions an interest in new technology that can replicate Fist of the North Star's art style. Hara doesn't make any comments, however, he's credited as a director for the 2006 CGI short film Fist of the North Star Legend of Heroes. These connections, along with Fist of the Blue Sky Regenesis, currently points at
I'm not
Hara
really
and
feeling this
Boronson
animation.
want to dismiss 2D animation in favor of 3D animation.
I'm not really feeling it, y'all. This one right here, I'm not feeling this one. Oh, is this the...
I'm not really excited for this anime, but I'd rather just get it over with. No more secrets, just give us all the news already. That's all I have to say in the year 2025. Let's see what happens in 2026. Oh, I didn't explain what this anime is about. The series stars Kenshiro.
What happened? He just said the series stars Kenshiro. What else? Okay. I guess she's just gonna end it off like that. Just reacting to this video that he has stated and gave us all the information on other shows that have came back and had a reboot, and they came back with 2D animation, not 3D animation. I think that the only simple explanation is whoever is creating this new Fist of the North Star in 2026 probably does not care that much about it. Probably, like, especially with about they don't care about the fans, bro. I don't think they see it as it being a top tier anime that's going to make them a lot of money, bro. So like I said, if the anime comes out and the quality is still the same as the trailer, the 3D, it's not fluid, bro. You guys are going to be like, why do they keep treating Fist of North Star like this? Your answer is very simple. They do not care enough about Fist of North Star and the community, bro. That's the simple answer, bro. But you guys let me know what you guys feel about Fist of North Star. I know some of you guys already commented in my trailer saying you don't like how the animation looks. I agree with you guys as well. But you guys let me know, man. Do you guys see Fist of North Star 2026 being a success or a failure? Comment it down below. Until the next video, I'm saying thoughts, it's the same life, and I'm out, bro. Leo.